life. Let's try and help you guys out today, talking about things that you value, and finding out, what you value most and how that applies to your wedding and how to make that happen for you. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. So let's jump into that. So let's talk about, when you say value means something that you hold important, something that you care a lot about, something that has worth. And for everybody, that's different. We all value different things. Like I was talking about football earlier, and some of you may value that more than me. Some of you may not value it at all. But we're going to talk about how that applies to your wedding and how that's going to help you make your day wonderful. So why this matters to you, why finding your value matters. So when you're planning your wedding, I've said this multiple times, like almost every step of the wedding planning, I say this. You need to figure out what you value the most and really take care of that. Okay, so like, when you're picking your venue, you need to think about, okay, what do I value and how is this place going to help me with that? When I'm hiring a photographer, what do I value and how is that photographer going to help me reach that value? So when you know what you value, it's going to help you have that wonderful wedding. So, when you figure it out, you'll want to make sure that you get the best quality whatever to help you get there. So, if we're talking about that you value clothes, like you really value clothes, then you're not going to buy something that's super, super cheap. Okay. You're going to buy the best quality clothes because it's something important to you. The same thing, blah, 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 blah. The same thing with food. If you really value food, you're probably not buying I can't even think of what the stuff's called. Those little things of noodles that cost like 10 cents, whatever that's called. My mind has gone blank. So you're going to want quality. Okay. And with that, you're going to make sure that you have the budget to get you that quality, to get you what you want. It's like always say, figure out what you value, put your budget toward that. You also want to make sure you have enough time devoted in your wedding day to make something happen. So, for example, last night I planned to have enough time to watch the football game. I did certain things so that when the football game was on, I wouldn't be bothered. I wouldn't have other things to do. I actually planned a whole meeting around that football game. I had a phone call like at 6:00. The game started at 7. We made sure we were done by 7 so we could both go watch the football game. So with your wedding, if something's important to you, you want to make sure you schedule enough time so you can really focus on that thing that you value. And you just need to make sure that you have everything required to make it happen. Okay, you need all the parts, all the things to get that thing that you value. And I hope all that makes sense. Okay. And here's the big thing about this. When you get what you value, like whatever it is you care about, when that happens at your wedding, you will be happy. You will be so happy. It doesn't matter some of the other things. So like if you forget to eat, and that doesn't matter to you, but you got the thing that matters to you, who cares? You're not going to care at all. If your fiance messes up their vows a little bit, and that's not super important to you, and you got the thing that matters, who cares? You'll be fine. So when you take care of that thing that you value the most, you're going to feel like your wedding was a success no matter what happens. But the opposite is also very true. If you miss out, if you screw up, if you don't get that thing that you value, you're going to feel regret. You're going to feel sad. And it doesn't matter how awesome the rest of the day was. When you miss out on the thing you care about the most, you're going to feel regret. And I don't want that for anyone. I want you to feel wonderful about your wedding. I want you to love it. And that's why we're saying, Find out what you care about the most, and that's what you're going after. That's what you want to make sure is taken care of. So, did I skip a thing? I feel like there was another slide supposed to be in here. Apparently not. So I guess I'll just talk about it on here. So, some of you may really think you know what it is that matters to you. You may have a good idea, or maybe you just need some clarity. Maybe after these questions, you'll figure out that that's not what you value the most and you'll value something else. But next few steps, we're just going to try and help you find out what it is that you really value the most. Because if you don't know, then of course you can't do anything about it. You'll just find out later after your wedding whether you got what you wanted or not. But you need to figure that out. So here are some ways to kind of figure out what you value. So, what have you been dreaming about? So, and I hate to be stereotypical or whatever, but girls tend to focus on their wedding a lot more and earlier in life than guys. But guys could be doing this too. So, growing up, what did you always think about with your wedding? What did you dream about? Or right now, like when you're thinking about your wedding, what kind of stuff is automatically popping into your head? And you just can't stop thinking about it. It's like, oh, I can't wait for the first dance, or I can't wait to see my grandmother who I haven't seen in 10 years. Or all my friends that went off to college somewhere else. Whatever it is, like what is going on in your head? What is it that you keep thinking about? Because if you're thinking about it a lot, obviously it's important to you. What makes you excited? So like when you're thinking about this wedding and you think about something and it just gets you really pumped up and you're like, yes. Obviously that's something you care about. Something you've been looking forward to planning, something you've been looking forward to booking. Like you just can't wait to go talk to a DJ. Like they're the coolest person and they're so much fun and they're going to make everybody dance and it's going to be a big party and everyone's going to be having so much fun out there. So as we're going through those things, like what's popping into your head? What do you keep going back to? When I say all of those different things, if the same thing is popping up, then you kind of got a good idea. Here's something else I like to do. So kind of getting us into a storytelling, imagination land type situation. So imagine it's 3 years in the future after your wedding. So weddings happen 3 years later. You and the person you married are sitting down. You're looking through your wedding album. You're remembering the day. You're smiling. You're laughing. You're crying. You're excited. Just all these emotions are coming back. So when you're visualizing this and you're visualizing that album, what is it you guys are bringing up and talking about? Like, what is it that you keep going back to and say, oh, you remember when, oh, it was so awesome that, what are you seeing in the album that makes you happy? What are people doing? So when you start visualizing this, again, things are going to pop up in your head that are going to tell you what you care about, what you value. You don't have this happy memory of something that is stupid and something you don't care about. Oh, I just, when I visualize this, I just get so excited about the color of the leaves, which I guess someone could really value that. I don't know. But probably not something that out of all your stuff you care about the most. Maybe you're just, when I tell you that story, you're like, his reaction when he first sees me, the smile on his face or the way he was crying, the emotions, that's what you keep going back to. Okay, that would make more sense to me. So here's the opposite side of this. So imagine the wedding is over and something went wrong and it was like really horrible, maybe the worst thing possible. So what was it that got screwed up? What was it that you missed? If you're talking about like photos, You know, what photo was missed and it just totally devastates you, something that wasn't captured, and now you're just losing your mind. Okay. That again is kind of the opposite, you know, sad, horrible side of things. But again, it makes you think about, what do you actually care about? What do you actually really, really care about? And I think both ways of thinking about it will probably lead you to the same thing. Now, here's the other stuff. So it might be more than one thing. Okay, you might have several things pop into your head when you go through those questions, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, I mean, you value more than one thing, but I would start taking like a list and writing out these things that showed up. I mean, maybe your top 3, I don't know. And here are just a few random ones that I wrote down. Okay, so maybe you really value your family, your friends, maybe just people in general are really important to you. Maybe you really value things, like you are big into creative decorations and just the general look of things. Like you really care about how everything looks. That's super important to you. You want it to be beautiful and really well designed and put together. And maybe it's all about activities for you. You want people to have fun things to do. You are excited about doing things with your wedding party or dancing, whatever. Maybe it's just the overall atmosphere. You want everyone to have a good time, or you want everyone to feel comfortable and safe. You want it to feel laid back. Okay, could be that. Maybe there's certain types of photos you're really interested in. Like you are just really interested in creating these super dramatic, super cool, super environmental photos. Just you guys together, maybe some really emotional photos. You know, that's fine too. This may be more of a guy thing, but maybe your food, maybe the food is your favorite thing. You just love food so much, and you just can't stop thinking about Wright's barbecue and that cake. Or maybe someone made special cookies or cupcakes or pie. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. Or maybe your biggest concern is money. You know, you just you can't go crazy on this wedding. You have to be saving as much money as possible. And your biggest concern is saving money on this wedding. There is not a right or wrong answer, and these are not all the answers. These are just some things that popped into my head that I've heard from people, that people kind of say is what matters to them. So some of those might have connected with you, or you may have to come up with something on your own. But again, there's not a right or wrong answer. It's just what you value and what you care about. Some people really care about photos. Some people don't care about photos at all. Some people really care about appearances. Some people don't. Doesn't matter. It's for you guys. You figure it out. Now that you know this, that you know what your values are, you need to make it a high priority. That means you put money into it. That means you put time into it. Don't take something that you care a lot about and then do nothing with it. If you really value a fun dancing atmosphere, then don't try and play songs simply off of I almost said iPod. No one has iPods. Off of a playlist on your phone, okay? You need to hire a DJ that's going to make it fun and get people on the dance floor and change music and be able to do things to make the party happen. Okay, same thing. If you want people to dance and have fun, then don't make the reception 1 hour long. Okay, you need to have plenty of time for dancing. So do whatever it takes to make sure your value is taken care of and done well, not just kind of, okay. You know, and at this point, I would also suggest you go to those important people. You know, the person you're going to marry, first of all, but then maybe like family, and find out what they value as well. You know, they may have completely different values than you. They may care about certain other things. And if you can, try to accommodate them as well. Try and cover the things they value, so they will have a wonderful experience at your wedding as well. And you'll still take care of your things and possibly their things at the same time. Okay. Jump, 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 jump. Back to me. All right. So guys, like honestly, I can't tell you how important that is in my mind, at least. Find what you care about, find what you value, and go after that. All the other little stupid things that you don't care about, don't freak out over it. Don't stress over it. Don't spend a lot of money on something that doesn't matter to you. Too many times we get caught up in this idea that we have to do the same thing everyone else does, and you don't. Do what you want, find what you care about, make it awesome. There you go. All right, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, so just recapping. If you need help with anything, as always, reach out to me. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to talk about stuff that hopefully helps you guys out. And guys, again, I hate saying this, don't wait a long time to book all your stuff. Okay? Things are filling up. You have all these people that postpone their wedding to this year and to 2022. If you wait, you're going to miss out on something that you care about. Okay? And don't let that happen to you. Okay? Like I've so many dates already filling up for me, and I know there's probably gonna be at least someone that gets turned down, and it's gonna make me sad. Anyway, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. If there's anything I do, reach out and let me know. Bye.